here. Okay. Alrighty. Come on in. How are we doing? Miss you guys so much. Come on in, hit the like and subscribe buttons and share it out so we can get more people once you get in here. How are we doing? My kiddos are home today also, so if you hear anything in the background, pay no attention. Kids everywhere. All right. So what we are going to end up doing today, we are going to go over Savannah Guthrie's first interview that was posted by the Today Show and all of that. And we're going to check it out. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. Let me get where we need to be. Okay. All right, you guys. So imagine this. You are one of the most famous news anchors in the world. Your face is in millions of homes every single day, every morning. You have reported on the biggest tragedies, the most insane crimes, but then you get a phone call that turns your entire world into a crime scene itself. Imagine that your 84-year-old mother, a woman who can barely walk to the mailbox alone because of chronic back pain, just vanishes out of nowhere. She is gone from her home in the middle of the night. No shoes, no medication, no nothing. But here's where it gets absolutely bone-chilling. The back doors are propped open. There is blood on the front doorstep. And someone or something violently ripped the Ring camera right off the wall. This isn't just a missing persons case. This is the nightmare Savannah Guthrie has been living for over 80 days. Savannah and her siblings, along with the world also. For over 80 days at this point. Am I right on that? I don't even know. It's been a long time, though. It's been a while. But today, we have to talk about what really happened in the house in Tucson. And we are going to go over Savannah's first interview. We're going to get as much of that covered as we possibly can. It's not a terribly long interview, but we'll see what we can. Okay, so to understand how terrifying that this is, we have to talk about the house. It wasn't just any house. It was... Let me get situated, sorry. It was hallowed ground for the Gutherie family. Savannah grew up there. It is the same house where when she was just 16 years old, she sat on the couch and learned that her father passed away. There are so many memories in that house. So much happening in that house. Her mom, Nancy, stayed in the house for decades, for a very, very long time. Even when money was tight, she held on to it because she felt that her late husband's presence was there. It was her safe haven. So for someone to violate the space that was her safe haven, Savannah said the thought of it is unbearable. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this case? Do you think that... I don't even know. There's just so much that we don't know that I don't know. There's just so much that's happened. And at the same time, nothing has happened with the case. Yeah, I don't know. We are going to get into her interview. So if we want to go ahead, we're going to pull that up and check it out. Give me just 1 second. We'll react as we go on also. Okay. Part 1, Savannah Guthrie. On the moment she learned her mom was missing. And I've not watched any of this, so we're going to be reacting. We're just going to react to whatever we have. Let's go. If the volume is not okay, or any of that is not okay, just please let me know, and I will do my best to fix it.
Take me back to the day. It was, I guess, a normal weekend for you.
Yeah.
The weekend your mom went missing. Tell me what you were doing and what happened.
Well, I had given Mike for Christmas a boys' trip to go play tennis. And so he had been gone for the weekend. So I took my kids actually to Carson's. So we had a beautiful, fun night together. And then I came home. And really, it just got home at the same time that Mike came home. We were just saying hi, putting down our stuff, and the kids were running around. And my sister called me, and I said, "Is everything okay?" And she said, "No." She said, "Mom's missing." And I said, "What?
Yeah.
What are you talking?"
Imagine that feeling. Your mom, she's lived 84 years. She has lived her life. And she is in her home again, like I said, her safe haven. Just imagine the feeling you would get to get a call from your sibling and just say, Mom is missing. She's nowhere to be found. And then to this day, you still don't know what happened to her.
About? She said she's gone. And she was in a panic. I was in a panic. I'm like, call 911. Yeah. She's like, I did. We've called them. They're here. And we thought that she must have had like some kind of medical episode in the night, and that somehow, the paramedics had come because the back doors were propped open, and that didn't make any sense. We thought maybe they came and there was a stretcher and they took her out the back. But her phone was there and her purse was there and all her things. And it just didn't make any sense. So, Annie and Tommy had already called all the hospitals, but then I'm like, I'm going to call the hospital. So then I started calling the hospitals, and the police were there and talking to her.
Mom. All right. Give me just a second. I mentioned I have my children home today, so. Let's get going. We can't stop for long.
Oh, he loves it, but he hates it too.
At the same time, and it was just chaos and disbelief.
Within hours, Savannah was making the long journey home to Tucson.
You saw Annie and Cam when you got to their house. Tell me about that moment.
Just disbelief and hugging each other. Yeah. And I think we were on the phone with the sheriff and trying to, really make clear from the very early moments, Annie and Tommy were saying this isn't that case that you are used to where someone wanders off. She can't wander off. Mm-hmm. My mom.
That's one of the main things too. She can't wander off. She can't even walk to the mailbox without chronic pain in her back and having her medication every day. She's not. If anybody is simply just not going to wander off, it's going to be someone like Nancy.
She was in tremendous pain. Her back was very bad. She was trying to, on a good day, she could walk down to the mailbox and get the mail, but most days not. So there was no wander off. And the doors were propped open.
Yeah. Again, my children.
And there was blood on the front doors. And the Ring camera had been yanked off. Yeah. And so we were saying, this is
do something.
This is not
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
This isn't, something is very wrong here.
Yeah. Did you guys talk about what possibly could have happened? Like, what could have happened? What went down? Did you?
I think my brother, I mean, my siblings are so amazing. My brother, you know, he spent his career in the military and worked in intelligence and is a fighter pilot and is brilliant. And he saw very clearly right away what this was. And even on the phone, when I called him, he knew.
He knew.
And he said, I think she's been kidnapped for ransom. And I said,
Yeah.
what? Well, why? What? And then, I mean, it sounds so like, how dumb could I be? But I didn't want to believe. I just said, do you think because of me?
It's not about being dumb. I don't think it's any part about being dumb. It's about being, of course, in denial, or maybe you could have done something different. I think everybody that goes through traumatic situations like this, they end up going through those feelings and having to work through those feelings for sure.
And he said, I'm sorry, sweetie, but yeah, maybe. But I knew that.
You did.
I hope not. I mean, we still don't know.
Mhm.
Honestly, we don't know anything.
No.
We don't know anything. So I don't know.
And that is the hardest part of it all, is that you literally don't know anything. Again, so much can be happening and then nothing at all happening at all at the same time.
That it's because she's my mom and somebody thought, oh, that girl, that lady has money, we can make a quick buck. I mean, that would make sense, but we don't know. But yeah, that's probably, which is too much to bear. To think that I brought this to her bedside, that it's because of me.
That would be a lot to bear.
And I
think
say,
about
I'm
every
so
day.
sorry, Mommy. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to my sister and my brother and my kids and my nephew and Tommy and my brother-in-law. I'm like, so sorry. I'm so sorry. If it is me, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You know, she lives with a weight every day. And people were talking about like how it was possibly them at like toward the beginning, how it could have been them, the ones who've done this or something like that. But I cannot get that at all out of the way she's speaking and her reaction and all that. I cannot think about that at all for some reason.
We want to thank all of you for the prayers for our beloved mom.
In the initial days, you and your sister and brother sat together. In all the despair, you sat and managed to think of words to say. How were you able to do that in that moment?
Well, my siblings are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And we are a unit. And I talked about how brilliant my brother is, but my sister is equally brilliant and also has special powers of intuition and faith and language and depth and heart. And I feel like we came together with all these beautiful gifts that came from our mom and dad and from God. And somehow together we did our best to come up with the words to say. And I haven't posted one thing or said one thing that the three of us haven't decided together. It is surreal. It's how is it possible that we are having to make a video speaking to a kidnapper who took an 84-year-old woman in the dead of night in her pajamas with no shoes, without her medicine. This little person. And to beg for mercy.
In the days that followed, multiple notes demanding payment were sent to various media outlets.
The ransom notes or ransom requests.
This is something we have wondered about so much.
Came.
Let's see what
Did
she
you
has to say
believe
about it.
those to be real?
There are a lot of different notes, I think, that
Yeah.
came. And I think most of them, it's my understanding, are not real. And I didn't see them. But, you know, a person that would send a fake ransom note really has to look deeply at themselves.
Yeah.
To a family in pain. But I believe the two notes that we received, that we responded to, I tend to believe those are real.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What do you all think? Do you think they're real? It's possible that they're real because they think this family has a lot of money, which they could, whatever. But then they could be wanting money. That could be the whole motive behind it.
The Ring camera video surfaced, and you could see who that person was. Just tell me what you thought when you saw those images of the person who took your mother.
I mean, it's just absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
It's just totally terrifying. And I can't imagine that is who she saw standing over her bed.
Yeah.
I can't. It's too much.
Yeah.
And I'm glad and grateful to the investigators and the technology companies that were able to find that video. To, I hope, at least with people of good heart and compassion, stop the irresponsible and cruel speculation that had started to swirl.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
I'm glad that people saw
Yeah.
what came to our door.
Yeah. When you talk about that cruel speculation, the whispers, the innuendo that it was somebody in your family, how did you weather that?
It's unbearable.
Yeah.
And it piles pain upon pain.
Agreed.
There are no words. There are no words.
Agreed.
I don't understand. I'll never understand. And no one took better care of my mom than my sister and brother-in-law. And no one protected my mom more than my brother. We love her, and she is our shining light. She's our matriarch. She's all we have.
Savannah and her family stayed together in Arizona for weeks as the media coverage grew more intense.
We had to move houses many times because people came, and not everyone is respectful, unfortunately. You know?
That sucks.
There was a night we had to leave in the dark in the desert, holding hands, me and my sister and brother and I get into a car waiting for us because the people outside were closing in. So we found a place that was safe, and then we couldn't really leave too much. So like those days are a blur.
Yeah.
Crying and praying.
How did your family feel about the way the investigation was conducted?
Well, it's still going.
Yeah.
And
that's one of the problems.
People have worked tirelessly.
Is that they've worked so hard on it, and I personally feel like, from the information I know, we've got ring camera of the person who was there at the front door. We've got this stuff, but we've still not gotten anywhere. We don't know where she is, and we're this far in.
Tirelessly.
And they've worked so hard.
And we see that.
Mm-hmm.
But we need answers.
Exactly.
We cannot be at peace without knowing. And someone can do the right thing. And it is never too late to do the right thing. And our hearts are focused on that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think where Savannah ended that, it's not too late to do the right thing, is really, I think, the intent from the beginning.
Yeah.
I think she was a fantasy, was that someone sees it, someone who saw someone who knows someone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Who will say
or to
something.
come on and do an interview, maybe someone's going to see it that's actually going to say something that knows something. I don't know if what they say needs to be heard or not.
I think this is all about bringing Nancy
Well, it's still an
home.
open case. We're 54
Yeah, it's
days
all about
in.
Nancy,
The
for sure.
bravery that she's showing in this interview is not to shine a light on herself, but to remind people that if you have anything to do with this, if you know anything,
Yes.
we firmly believe that somebody does know something, it's not too late.
Yes.
We can still bring Nancy home if you call the
And
number.
one of the things Savannah actually said to me was, she said, please remind everybody that there are lots of people
Yes.
who are missing. And that's why her family has donated to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And she wanted me to underscore that because she wanted to be clear, like, this is also about a lot of people who are missing. But you guys know how strong Savannah is.
And you get
I
no
have
answers.
never, I knew she was strong, but I didn't know how much until yesterday. Yeah, when I sat with her.
Just of the takeaways there, the fact that our dear friend would blame herself.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
Okay, hold up 1 second. Okay. Do I go ahead with part 2? Or do I wait and come back? Okay. We're going to come back for part 2. And then we've also got a part 3 that we're going to come back for. But let's get off of here. Okay. Alrighty. We will be back for part 2 today. Turn your notifications on. That way when I come back, you can get it. Alrighty. Thanks for coming in. Hit that like button.
No,
Subscribe.
don't.
Share it out so more people can get here and come. Bye, guys.
No, God, don't listen. No, God, don't listen.